I'm working on a large chainmail bag. Okay. And we're gonna get to work on it here as soon as I do all the things that I should have done before, you know. Sure now. Okay, that's done. All right. How's everybody doing tonight? What are you guys up to? What happened here? That's not what I want. Where's the tab I need? That's what I want. That's what I want over it. Alright, there's my face. For anyone watching, I am live on all the platforms you would normally go live on. If you want a different view. But this is... Let me change cameras here. This is the bag I'm working on. It's upside down. We're gonna try and figure out... I connected the bottom in the center there, those kind of six rings that tie up the bottom. I'm not happy about it, right? Because I just don't like the way it looks, right? But I don't have any other ring sizes in bright aluminum like I do with this one. Or that this bag is all completely made out of. So I get to live with this result, which is fine. Not that big of a deal. If I had every ring size available to me, that would be amazing, but that will most likely never happen in bright aluminum. I don't have anything against bright aluminum, but see if this is going to let me do this. Last time I worked on these seams, I remember this being really tight and difficult with almost no room to work. And that looks like I'm correct. So the seams on this bag are elf weave, and the rest of the bag is European 4-in-1, your standard chainmail weave. And I don't have a ton of workroom here, so we're just gonna do it. Because of the way the bag is currently being constructed, we have to go one by one all the way around before we can do the next one. Because if I start hemming up all the sides, right, I'm not going to have any room to work once I get all the way around. So I see a trick that some streamers do when I assumed that it was automatic, where a notification will pop up and let all their followers know that they're going live. And I don't know how to do that. I'm going to have to Google how to actually do that, because I have people who like to come and hang out, but I don't think any of the platforms that I go live on have sent out a notification that I'm live on their platforms in quite a while. Which, as a... Hey Mike, how you doing? So I'm going to have to figure that out. I'm struggling with no room over here. Doing ridiculous things with the wrong tools. You haven't seen any notifications since Wednesday. If you've seen any notifications, that's great to hear, because Wednesday, I paused for Thanksgiving break and started going. That's the problem with not having any work room. Now I can't even tell where I was working. I swear I know what I'm doing. But yeah, I took a couple days off to spend with family. And then started back up Sunday. So if you're seeing some, that's great. Let's try that again. Come on. This is ridiculous ring size to try and grab by the ends of the ring and maneuver it into place. Right? It's fine. We'll figure it out. Because you slip a lot. That looks much better. You laid out 4,500 rings in the cube over the holiday. Figured out you can do between 300 to 400 rings an hour. Nice. Yeah, my last cube went much faster than the that little full Persian ring looking thing that I did. That, I don't know what to call that piece. A full Persian knot looking thing. That took forever. Can I even get this ring in here? So this is, I didn't want to continue up the side with this elf weave seam, but I got it in my head that I would. And now it doesn't want to let me be ridiculous. Doing an evening home workout while the twins go to sleep, then you get back to putting more rings down. Right on. That cube's gonna be amazing, dude. And what Michael is talking about is he's working on a jelly cube similar to this, and these are super fun. But this has, I don't know, a little over 7,000 rings in it, and he's working on 750,000 rings. So it's going to be enormous. Why doesn't this want to work? Yeah. So is it a bad idea to continue up the side if I can't weave it? Come on. So close. I've got the bag the length that I wanted, and it's very, very clangy, which is nice, right? What have I done here? I want to tear this thing apart. It's also going to be heavy. No, this is bright aluminum. So what is aluminum? A third the weight of steel? And it's not going to be light by any stretch of the imagination. But it's not unreasonable. I've done something here where something is wrong. Yeah, like the ring I wove does not look... maybe I need to take this back down. Anyway, no other guy that did the 700. Oh, it's, yeah. Mike, what material are you using on your cube? He hasn't completed it yet. He is well into it, though. Sorry. I didn't mean to misunderstand your question, but... Okay, what is going on here? No, I had it right. Stainless and copper. He's saying it's going to be 234 pounds and he's 52,500 rings in. Hey, babe, how you doing? All right. I don't know what I'm doing wrong here. This is... So it's going to be well over... Is it going to be well over 6 feet? It's going to be enormous. I don't know. Michael, how tall do you think this thing is going to be? Are you really building a jelly cube the size of a human? Alright, it's 13 inches cubed right now. That's ridiculous, dude. I'm jealous. I'm a failure, actually, is what I am. This is like, I know what I'm doing, but it's not doing the doing. This is ridiculous. Um, 11 to 13 inches cubed. Okay. 11 to 13 inches is going to be the final size, is what he's saying. What ring size are you using? So 750,000 rings is going to make a 13 by 13 by 13 inch cube. I don't of the math on the cubes. Oh my god. So you're about 35% done on layer 4 and it's almost an inch tall currently. Dang, dude. Thank you. You guys are an artist. You from Candido, New York City? Oh, you're from Candido, New York City. I was like, no. You're an artist from Candido City? Candido, New York City? I can read. Well, nice to meet you. And if I could do this, that'd be great. That'd be. I might have to stop working on this and tear it apart, figure out what's going on here, because this is not wanting to let me do the thing. I need to do the thing, and I don't have the room. And my camera's not really set up for me to change from over there to over here. That's not it. There's like no room. How did I get the others in there? I mean, it's not an easy fit. But if we can't go... Oh, thank you for the roses. Am I missing a row on here? One, two, three, four, five, six. I think I am. I know that very well could be the problem. Let's see here. How absurd. Anyway, you just want to say here that you were... Oh, thank you. I'll figure it out. You got faith. Well, more than me, but I think I just did. I think I figured out what the problem is. So let's see if that fixed it. It gave me a little more room. There. Yes, I don't really consider myself much of an artist, but it's just some of the things that I make do end up being quite artistic, right? All right, which row was missing here? Let's put those in there. And it's not all on purpose. A lot of it is just an accident. But the goal is always to end up with something kind of cool. So everything I work on always ends up kind of cool. There are some unreal chainmail artists out there. If you ever go back through my video feed, I did a video on a guy that completed a 400,000 ring tapestry, which is mind-blowing and amazing to look at. Then there's a lady named Lisa, and I haven't done a video on her yet, but hey JR, how you doing? Lisa did what is probably the most amazing piece I've ever seen, which is this weave that I'm weaving is European 4-in-1, right? And it's a basic chainmail weave, but it's mostly what people use to make their inlays out of. She used a weave that I've tried, and it has beaten me every time, and it's called Moorish Rose. and it's like hexagons of rings woven into each other, and it's pretty mind-blowing. And she did a version of Van Gogh's Starry Night with it. And that is just the pinnacle of chainmail artistry on there. The Hoodoo Hex coif is amazing too. Oh, JR, can you not hear me? That's interesting. I don't know why there wouldn't be sound on... No, I don't have any problems. I don't have any problems with my stream. Mike can hear me. I wonder why there wouldn't be sound on YouTube. That's weird. Is there anything that you've ever made that can be worn? I have 4 shirts and a vest. And I'm actually going to tear a few of them apart and make something that's really make some really wearable shirts is one of my goals. What did I say? All right. I almost want to write this guy a note. You can hear me? Okay. Am I able to make a shark suit for underwater? I am all set up to make shark suits for underwater, except the machine or the desire to do so. Why do you ask specifically about underwater shark suits? There's a really cool company that does those, and it's Neptunic by... I think I screwed up on this one too. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I did. Yeah, so the shark suits that you see on like Shark Week and when people are diving with the sharks and everything, those are Neptunic shark suits, and they use printed chainmail fabric, not printed, machine-made chainmail fabric provided by a company called Mailtech. And Mailtech was a company that I believe spawned out of the Ringlord, and the Ringlord is a ring manufacturing company in Canada. And I want one of their suits. They're about $7,500. I will never swim with sharks. You tag me in the coif Lisa made from Hoodoo Hex, I'll check it out. I'll never swim with sharks, but it would be cool as just someone who collects chainmail and makes chainmail and does all the stuff, all the chainmail accessories and apparel in my store. Right? I would love to have a Neptunic shark suit. So as soon as I get $7,500, that's not tied down to anything. Yeah, it protects a diver pretty well. TikTok just alerted you that I've invited you to this live? Really? So Mike's getting TikToks. I wonder if anyone else is. That's crazy. That's good to hear, though. That alerts are going out. Maybe that just means that, you know, people don't want to sit and watch someone weave chainmail, which is totally understandable. I get it. But I have fun on here, and I'm making cool stuff, so. Yep. I've got a butcher's glove for the same reason that I want a Neptunic shark suit. I think we're back to where I began, and I think perhaps I screwed this one up over here. You saw it on your feed for Facebook when you looked at it? Right on. Yeah, those, the sheets of chainmail used for the Neptunic shark suits are long strips of 20 gauge 1/8 stainless steel, right? So let me give you an idea of how big that is, right? That's 20 gauge 1/8, and this is blackened stainless steel, right? So they make big sheets of European 4-in-1 out of them. I think they're like 4 inches wide and then as long as you want to make them. I haven't checked their sizes recently, but all the rings are welded, and then Neptunic takes them and cuts them to size to fit all of their designs, and it's a really cool product. What happened here? Alright, I'm going to take this other ring out behind this because nothing else is this tight. So I think I've done something wrong. I've got to figure out what it is. And that happens. No, I was finishing my posts with over. Oh, I see. JR thinks we're on CBs, needs to tell people we're done commenting. Yeah. Yeah, JR, are you a trucker? Did you ever work a radio in the military? This is Rubber Duck. Come on. Yeah, everything else went in smoothly, so I think similar problem. I didn't add a row. You don't think what I do is boring? Well, thank you. Thank you. I'm just sitting here trying to make cool stuff and use up all the rings in my basement and then sell some of it and advertise for my store and... Alright, JR's a trucker. That's why he's... Okay, that makes sense. Okay, that goes through those two. I need to add a row here. Rubber Duck. This is smoky. Renee knows all the words to the Convoy song. You should YouTube it if you've never heard it. Think my hands are more of a tool than what you're using? I use a lot of different pliers for this. But yeah, like the whole skill, you know, comes from having just spent hours learning different stuff and testing stuff out, and it's one of those things that I've gotten to a point where for most stuff, if I apply what knowledge I've learned, it turns out pretty okay. Let's see if that makes things better. Now, do we need to do the other side? All right. So apparently when I was making these strips off this bag here, I wasn't paying attention, and I just did whatever I wanted, which has led to my current conundrum of this being too tight for me to weave this up. But I figured it out. I just need to add one more row to make it correct. And I will go back and double check off stream, because I might have to take a lot of it apart if that's the case, but that's fine. I'm not going to start doing that right now. A lot of times, especially on one of the inlays I'm working on that I have not worked on recently, I'll get a lot of work done, I'll lay a lot of material down, but I'll go back and take a look at it while I'm not commenting and not streaming and paying attention to cameras and stuff like that, and just, yeah, with chat distracting me all the time. So some things like the cubes, fairly straightforward to work on. You know, this bit of round mail here, right? That's fairly easy to make on stream without thinking too much about it. All right, Candido, you have a wonderful evening. Thank you for stopping in. So I really did think that I was going to have to stop and change projects at the start of the stream, because I couldn't figure out what was going on. It's like, what in the world? But yeah, okay. It's working. The theory is solid. We've got a six triangle bag with elf weave seams. Now, what do I do with the bag? Do I make it bigger, better, stronger, faster? Yeah, see. Looks like I screwed up over here too. Do we line it? Do we put special straps on it? How do we close it? Those are what I've been asking myself, and I haven't given it much thought. I want this to be a finished product that someone will love, because this aluminum's so thick, right? This bag's gonna hold up pretty well to your everyday abuse. It's not invincible by any means, but it's pretty sturdy. And someone could have this as a bag for a very long time. So I want to make it really nice. So I think I'll... Oh, thank you for the roses. I think I will use up half the bag and then use up. I think I will close up half the bag. That's not the right. Okay. Let me demonstrate on this. This is one of the dice bags I did, right? There's 6 sides on the top, right? So instead of doing what I've done here, I'll take the 3 sides on the back here and leave the front just a lip, and we'll make a flap that folds down over the top, and maybe some straps on the back, a strap, 2 straps, I don't know, and some way to close it. Figure that out. And that will, you had to switch you had to switch platforms. Facebook wasn't working with you, right? Well, I'm glad you're here. I do appreciate you hanging out, man. It's fun. I think that, I want this to be like a bag you would go and pick up off the shelf. At somewhere. At Chainmail R Us. There's someone in the large chainmail group that Mike runs, and they were asking about business names the other day. I think about chainmail related business names a lot. And I wanted to do something with the mailbox moniker. Okay, I need to remove these because this is beyond. I screwed up over here too. So I want to move to more of the products that I design on my store, right? I want them to have nice packaging. And I want to have more stuff in-house so that it can be packaged and sent off from here or from like a space I've rented or whatever, as opposed to anyone third-partying it. And if I'm able to do that, then yeah, this was too tight. We can do things like throw stickers in people's packages and throw kits in people's packages and surprise tools in people's packages. And fun things like that, which I don't have the option to do right now. So one day I will get there. But yeah, I wanted to do, okay, what's the, it's a box that you order, and it's like a monthly subscription, and you get a pack of things like fancy Scotch glasses or cigar cutters, and all stuffed into one box. If you included blood, sweat, and tears, would you have to declare biohazard in the shipment? Yeah, right? No, I don't think so. I think that they just assume that that's at least in most packages. Yeah. And so the whole point of that rant was I wanted to buy the domain name mailbox.com and have like a box that people could either like order once or a monthly subscription. Yes, the Loot Crate mentality, right? But mailbox.com was taken and they wanted too much money for it, so I can still do that with my current domain name, but it's not as cool, right? Maillebox. There have been a multitude of other domains that I've thought of and ran into similar problems. Some I've bought, some I've looked into, but mailbox takes on a totally different meaning. That's another thing too. It's like my business name, Mailworks, kind of sounds like a hard bodies, like a male strip club. Mailworks. He works and works. That ass. Right? And that's okay. I'm not going to change it, but it's the whole issue with chainmail related business names. Oh, but there was one I was thinking of. By Mail's Beard, yeah. There was one I was thinking of. Maybe it'll come back to me. Because someone was asking about business names in the big chainmail, in your chainmail group. The big one. But yeah. Holy Mailkin. Alright. Are we done like correcting mistakes? Can we move forward with, I don't know. I think I've made it all the way around correcting the sides of these things. But I think we'll be... No? No? Telling me no? Okay. Excuse me. But yeah, make a nice bag that someone would buy off the shelf and not even think twice about it. So I don't know how much work that's going to be, but if I can... I had a Jelly Cube video do really well the other day. Fun video. And if I can duplicate that at all ever, I had multiple people making or asking where I got the cube from. And I was thinking about it, it's like maybe I should just do that, right? Just make cubes and sell them. I don't think they'd be bad business. There's another business name. Just Mail Cube. I've got the, I hear the corgi barking upstairs. He is getting better. He's 3 months now, and he's getting huge. He's adorable. The whole we're getting there on the potty training. We're not there yet. It's coming. I know. I definitely want to come at it from this angle. He is, he's barking before he's got to go to the bathroom, and he's not making as many messes in the house, so It's nice. It's a market improvement. I don't see our friend Jeep and Jamber tonight, and assume he's dealing with his house fire. Said he was going to post a video. I haven't seen it yet, but losing everything while losing a bunch of stuff in the attic fire, especially the place you live, not fun. This is really smooth. This is pretty smooth. This is pretty smooth. This is pretty smooth. But this, I think I might have to just undo this whole seam and figure out where I screwed up. The rest of it is actually surprisingly flexible. Right? So, let's go ahead and figure out what's the problem here. All right. This might have been one of the tight ones I did earlier that I didn't correct. Like, I expect there to be some tightness, but this is a little ridiculous, feels like. Something's, well, I mean, I know it's wrong. I didn't put enough rings on either side, and I'm forcing these into place, but I don't need to do that. So, I think this is where I made my mistake. We can add some more. Looks like a row on either side is probably appropriate. I'm not. Yeah. Yup. That's a problem. So, sew this up. I'm missing. Okay. Yeah. What else do I want to do? I've already got the Mailworks app, which is cool. Want to make an app for people to be able to upload their photos and have it be turned into an inlay with all like the number of colors that you need and how many rings you would need, you know, in your inlay. and have it all be adjustable, simply because of my struggle with inlays. So I think that would be very helpful to people. I have a rant, right? There's this 3D printed block pad mats thing that's being sold on TikTok, being advertised as chainmail 3D printed mats, but it's you know, it's not even rings. It's nothing like what I'm doing now. It's just links 3D printed together. So I think it's connected. Well, I know it's connected to a TikTok shop, right? Which is fine. But I've had so many people over the years tell me that, you know, what I'm doing isn't chainmail, right? Okay, fine, but then that 3D printed mats, like, don't get me wrong, there's 3D printed chainmail out there, right? And the 3D printed mat is nothing like chainmail at all. And it is infuriating to see, to say the least. But that's okay. I hope everyone who 3D prints them out makes tons of money and becomes rich and wealthy, and I don't wish them any harm, but the whole I'm sure it's curated somehow. Everyone in their comment section is always loving on the product and whatnot, which is just, it's a 3D printed flat thing, right? I wouldn't look at it twice. Oh. So I don't know what people see in it, but who am I to judge? There's it's advertised as a chainmail fidget toy. That's mildly infuriating. I have a lot of friends who make chainmail fidget toys, right? Spheres, juggling balls, hacky sack thing. And the 3D printed mat is not what I would consider a fidget toy. It's like, what is the word? Oh, and there have been a couple big creators pick it up and start trying to sell it too, and I'm just gritting my teeth and not saying anything. It's like, I don't, you know, call it whatever you want. People who make chainmail or who are in the fantasy realm, they'll know. So it's no skin off my back if someone else makes money. There, rant over. So I don't hate the fact that they call it chainmail. I'm just flabbergasted. You know? Alright, I think I've fixed this back up to where I need it. I don't know how I managed to screw that up this badly. That's okay. Not the worst thing I've ever done, or the worst thing I've ever had to take apart. This, the titanium cube sitting right here in front of me. I had a big mistake in this somewhere. I don't remember, like it was down around this corner and halfway down to the middle. And I had to tear it all apart. And it's still, like, it doesn't, it jiggles a little bit. But it's not, I don't know, it's really misshapen for a jelly cube, right? Like this side is wider than the bottom here. It's weird. I don't know where I went wrong, but somewhere. Excuse me. So this was simple fix of a few minutes. Or was it? Yes. Simple fix of a few minutes. And I did notice that the sides were a little bit different when I was building them up this morning. Each was a little bit different in length. And I was like, what is going on here? I was fairly certain I had it all measured out correctly. And it turns out I'm just connecting everything wrong. So this should fix all of that. And I will, before this goes up for sale, I will be double checking everything. I'm just not going to do that while I'm streaming. You know what I mean? Know what I mean, Vern? If you don't get that reference, it's from an old movie called Ernest Saves Christmas, or Ernest Goes to Jail, something like that. Oh my gosh, why is this doing this now? Because if I just keep doing that, it's just going to keep wanting me to expand it, but the others don't do that. Alright, my allergies have been killing me since we got the Corgi puppy. I'll live, but there are times when I don't want to. Okay, something's... I might have to check. This might become a multi-part project. So... all the rest of these lay flat and move. And what I'm working on, right, is this seam right here. The rest of this is E4-1. This seam is elf weave, and trying to go all the way up the sides of the bag, and then we'll make a nice top for the bag so that it's a functional bag you would buy off the shelf. But this, where I've been working back here, is not wanting to cooperate. So I don't know what's going on there. I'm going to just kind of focus on everything else for a little bit. Let's see how things progress. Oh, is that what I did? No, they're all tied on in. Okay. See, that was limited in space, but not impossible, right? I need some more rings. Got my trusty coffee can full of rings over here. These rings, if you're wondering, are from chainreaction.ca up in Canada. They have some really shiny bright aluminum. And they have a whole bunch more products since the last time I was at their website, but I've seen announcements for releases of different colors of anodized aluminum. I know there are a lot. I don't want to say a lot. There are a few anodized titanium ring suppliers. I don't know of anyone else that does anodized aluminum besides the Ringlord and chainreaction.ca. I think it's the only excuse me, I think it's the only other ring manufacturer that does anodized aluminum. I could be wrong, but I don't know of anyone else off the top of my head. Oh, no, because we've got Mail. Okay, we've got Mail, chainreaction.ca, and the Ringlord. Again, not a lot of room to work with there, but not terrible. Wait, that wasn't the one area I'm supposed to be avoiding, is it? Okay, just keep swimming, just keep swimming. Doesn't look like I've done much, but it didn't feel like I've done much when I was working on this earlier today. And once I had all the sides done, you know, it honestly didn't feel like it had taken me very long. Yeah. And it's largely because these are such large rings. They move fast. 12 gauge, 3/8 rings. Weave quickly. Until you start to try and seam them together like this. Apparently. This doesn't want to go either. I'm beginning to question what have I done here to make this so difficult? Like I just had room on the last one. Oh my goodness. That all works. This is ridiculous. I do this. I do work on this. Like, I practice. I'm not. How'd I get this far? Alright, I need a drink of water. Where are we at here? 9:37? I mean, we did discover some things that were wrong. But I might not, what I might have to do is make all the seams the same length and then just do one side. That'll suck. Or there's another weave I can do called gridlock, where you change the flow of the European foreign one, right, and kind of line them up opposing each other. Could do that. That might be a solution. But I want to try and figure out why this whole thing ain't working for me. So, I know some of the sides weren't up to par, but that's fine. I would like to do something similar to this. I think I tried, and I failed for some reason. Tried to do a coif with different seams woven into it, right? This seam here. I think I tried a coif and it did not work for me. So, damn you for not working. I'm gonna have to pull this one off stream. I don't really have any other projects here to work on. This is my attempt at Hoodoo Hex. First attempt. Let's see if I can get this lined up. But you can almost tell that it's a weave from that example, right? But I didn't want to work on this because if you're watching on screen, right, you really can't see from there. And so I would need to set it up like I had it set up my camera a little differently to work on this one. So, with that in mind, I'm gonna tear this apart and see what's happened here, because I thought that I had everything lined up correctly to continue, but apparently not. So, all right. For anybody watching, my name's Sean. I run mailworks.com, where I design and sell chainmail themed apparel and accessories like, hang on, this neck gaiter, right? Or, I got a mask here somewhere. This hoodie. Great examples, because I don't think either of those are on the store right now, but things like that, right? And if you like what you see, you can go to the link tree in my bio and check out the Mailworks app. If you're interested in learning more about chainmail, it's got all the resources I would have wanted when I first started making chainmail, and then some, right? So, or if you know someone who's interested in learning more or who knows more about chainmail, definitely let them know about the Mailworks app, and send them hello from me. But for right now, I'm gonna shut down. I'll be back later. I just don't have anything that I can work on with this camera setup. I need a new tripod, one that's smaller and more easily adjustable. But I'll get it figured out. Time after time, we are continuously improving the stream. So, with that said, let's see if I can grab this. You all have a wonderful evening. Good night. Alright, and for anybody else watching, please check out the Mailworks app. It's listed in my store, and there's a lot of resources in there for people who want to learn more about chainmail. And please, if you like this content, go check out mailworks.com, and I will talk to all of you later.